I remember this one email came in on a Friday, and I just wanted to take care of it so I could enjoy my weekend. It was not a complimentary email. It was actually a very disrespectful email towards myself. Welcome to Classroomology 101. I'm your resident veteran teacher, Kate, and as always, I'm super pumped that you're here. I'm not super pumped that this is my second time trying to film this. I tried it on my camera and uploaded it, and then it sounded like a kung fu movie, so here we are. And we're up to the letter W, and Darren, naked? I guess I'm doing this one alone. But let's just for a moment think back to the beginning. So way back when I first started A for Administration, I honestly really thought that these videos were gonna hit. And I thought a lot of people were gonna see them. And unfortunately, that's just not happening. I'm averaging, if I'm lucky, about 100 views per video. And, you know, not that it's about the views or anything like that, but it is somewhat frustrating because I have a lot of really sound, good advice to give and to impart, and it's just, I don't know why my videos are not getting enough attention and views. And so I really am asking you guys to help out by starting to share my videos, really get it out there, and help me get those views up, because this whole series was to help new teachers and to help kind of beginning teachers and even our veteran teachers. And I'm going to need you to help me achieve those goals. And I would be forever grateful if you did those things. And so anyway, I started to think about, well, what letters and what things did I want to talk about? People aren't really making guesses anymore. So I had to think for W, what would be a perfect word? And I came upon the word wait. I remember this one email came in on a Friday, and I just wanted to take care of it so I could enjoy my weekend. It was not a complimentary email. It was actually a very disrespectful email towards myself. And this is important. Our society is all about instant gratification, right? If things don't work right away, we get annoyed or frustrated. And it's the same thing in teaching. We need to exercise wait time. So with our students, we already know, right? We have to wait. And it's hard to wait for students, right? Because sometimes they raise their hand and they're like, I can't remember. Ooh, what was I gonna say? And you need to honor the fact that they are being an active participant in the classroom. And so you really do need to just kind of wait it out. And it can be frustrating when the child is taking a long time to figure out what they want to say, and other kids are like, I know. And as a classroom culture, you just have to kind of teach the kids that everybody has a right to answer in their own time. So once you kind of establish that, and most kids understand that wait time is something that is important, and it is something that you are going to exercise, and it allows the child to really think about what they want to say, and it also validates that they're participating in class. It encourages them to continue. And, you know, occasionally then there's still that kid who's like, oh, I just really don't know. That's okay. That's okay. You want to honor that as well. Now, wait time in our professional lives is also extremely important, because sometimes, let's be real, we'll get emails from parents. Sorry, parents, but this is true. And it's not always the nicest of emails, and it'll just ruin your night. It'll just ruin your night. I don't think parents realize how much an email or an interaction can just ruin your day or your night. And it really truly can. And it's so easy when it's not happening to you and your coworker says, oh, this happened to me or whatever. And you just say, oh, just try not to let it bother you. That's great sound advice when it's not happening to you. But when it's happening to you, of course you can't stop thinking about it, right? You want to right the situation. And so a lot of times when we get an email from a parent, whatever tone in which they've sent the email, whether they were frustrated, angry, upset, when we respond back to them, that's kind of the tone that we respond back in. And so I think a lot of times that we need to exercise that wait time. If it is a not like complimentary email, you need to not worry about writing them back right away. You need to take some time to think about it before you write down what you're going to say. And oftentimes when I have a parent, and I learned this the hard way, that's angry or upset, it often comes down to the fact that they're only getting the information from either their child or another parent, and they're not getting the whole situation. They don't understand the whole situation. And so if the tone in which they sent the email, sometimes that's the tone in which you write back, whether you consciously are doing it or not. And so I think that the best thing that you can do, there is an app, I use it sometimes, and it's called Boomerang. So if somebody writes you an email, you feel like you gotta just write back right away, on Boomerang, you can say, don't send for 2 hours or don't send for 2 days or whatever it may be. And that gives you a chance to kind of like almost remove yourself from the situation or to reflect on the situation. And then you can go back and adjust the email or delete it or write a new one or whatever it may be. Oftentimes, if I have a parent who sends an email and they're really like upset or something like this, and that does even happen to me, I will ask my admin, okay, I need some advice. This happened. How should I respond? And my admin usually says, well, what do you think? And then they'll say, write the email, send it to me, and then I'll make suggestions from there on. If I'm really stuck, they'll make suggestions. It just depends. All admins are different, right? My admin really wants us to try to be able to handle every situation that comes at us and support us when we need. So a lot of times they'll ask us to see if we can solve the problem ourselves first. And then we send it off to her to look at it, and then she'll bounce back with any extra help or tips or advice that we can then add to the email and then send it on. And I know I've had it, I've been teaching 14 years, so I've had some emails along the way, and I remember like writing this email back and thinking, and I was exhausted when I wrote this email, and the parent emails me back and highlighted, no joke, highlighted specific things that I had said. Well, you said this in the email, but then you said this, and in my head, I'm thinking, you have got to be kidding me. You like really? And this email exchange went on and on for some time. Eventually, I just said, you know what? We clearly need to meet in person because these email exchanges are not going over the way they should. Let's go ahead and set up a time to meet so we can clear this up. And that was what we did. And then everything was fine. What I did learn is to not go into a lot of like detail in emails with that specific parent. I had another parent who was really upset about the curriculum we were teaching, and they sent me a really nasty email. And I'm not going to even like sugarcoat this. It was nasty. It was unnice. And I didn't respond back for at least a day because I had to figure out, how do I even like approach this? How do I even remotely go around this? And so I really used my admin to help me. I came up with some points that I thought were important. She came up with some points that she thought was important. And I'll never forget one of the best piece of advice that she ever gave me is, you don't need to justify yourself. When you justify yourself, then the parents will continue to dig at it, right? You don't need to justify what's going on. You just need to plainly state what is happening, right? Because when you justify, a lot of times your emotions are connected to that. So she said, just keep it very simple, state the facts, and leave it at that. And that was what I did. And the email that I got back from the parent was very kind. Granted, I never had any more of her children in my class. That was like, but the rest of the year was perfectly fine between us. So anyway, in this, world of instant gratification, we all need to exercise wait time. It is invaluable. It's really something that we all need to do in our own personal lives, in our professional lives, and especially with our students. So anyway, that was the letter W, 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 W. And up next is the letter X. I think that's X. I don't even know. Gosh, you guys, I'm like super stressed about the letter X. I'm not even kidding. Hi, X. If you have any suggestions, if not, I'm gonna have to be super creative about X. Like, I mean, really, truly super creative. If you're not following me, that was a horrible segue, by the way, but if you're not following me on my socials, I'm either the Sleepy Teacher, the Sleepy Teach, or Kate the Sleepy Teacher. I mean, you would think I would have picked the same thing all the way across the board, but some things are too long. It is what it is. Anyway, you guys, definitely help me out. Help me start to get noticed, you know, on YouTube. I think I have a lot to offer, and I would appreciate it. Thank you so much, you guys, from the bottom of my heart to yours. We're nearing the end. And then, yeah, lots of fun things are happening. The article at Benny Lou should be coming out soon. I'm gonna probably start a live stream where you can super chat me if you like. That'll be on, hopefully like on Mondays. It's kind of what I'm gearing for. So come with your questions or ask them ahead of time. And yeah, I mean, I think that's it. I don't want to ramble. I don't want to ramble. All right, you guys,